habla con las manos. Y fogoneo.com, la más pautada, el Gelo, activado, ya tú sabes, Ronca Music. Y aquí pues, pobre diabla.
Hey, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Mario of Woke Up a Rebel, bringing you a new episode of Woke Up a Rebel Reacts. The video that you just watched was of a music producer based out of Dominican Republic, if I'm not mistaken, or he might be Puerto Rican. His name is Eliel, and he is responsible for producing some of the greatest reggaeton hits in history, right? And today we're going to talk about Don Omar. And the reason why I played the Eliel, video at the beginning was because he was playing one of his greatest hits that he produced for Don Omar. Don Omar is a reggaeton artist who's been chart topping, who's done incredible things in the music genre. He's a pioneer in, I guess, making the genre go mainstream alongside Daddy Yankee, Wisin y Yandel, and a few others, right? That were actually able to hit that global market. Right, and the reason why we are here to talk about Don Omar is because on Friday, March 15th, 2024, Don Omar was here in Toronto, and he came for his show that was a part of his Back to Reggaeton tour. And let me tell you something, that was an amazing show. Like, that was amazing. So we're going to get right into it just now. But first, I want to say thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel, who keep coming back and tuning into the episodes, who share with their friends, share with their loved ones. I truly appreciate it. The channel is growing, and I'm very grateful for it. You know, new opportunities are coming up that will allow me to hopefully create better content, better topics, and just so much more coming your way, including the podcast, Revelations podcast. In regards to Revelations podcast, I actually just released an interview that I had with an amazing artist that goes by the name of Keanu Lee. This interview was conducted at Four Sound Studio, at Four Sound Music, which is an amazing music studio here in Toronto. And I had the amazing blessing of being able to interview a whole bunch of artists that participated in a songwriting camp that happened there at the studio that was facilitated by William Dinero. Shout out to everybody involved in that. So yeah, after you watch this, go and check out the interview. It's going to be posted in one of those end of video bubbles that appear on the screen. Okay, just click that and it'll take you to Keanu Lee's interview. Okay, so first, now let's get back into the Don Omar show. Okay, this is a reaction of his concert that happened last Friday at the Coca-Cola Coliseum here at the Exhibition Place in Toronto. Okay, so I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm just going to share briefly what I thought about the show. Believe it or not, I've never gone to a reggaeton concert in a arena. Like, I went to go see DJ Blast a few years back at a club, but I mean, that counts as a reggaeton show, but not at the scale of, you know, an arena or a stadium type of thing, right? And let me tell you something, this was a really good show. Don Omar, hands down, you're a legend. I honestly don't think that there's much negative feedback about the show itself. It's just personal little preferences that I'm gonna nitpick, but maybe some of you might feel the same way as me. But there's a lot of things to consider, and you'll see why when we get into it. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that I want to point out is that DJ Nelson was here. And if you don't know who DJ Nelson is a major producer, pioneer in the reggaeton game from Puerto Rico. And he is responsible for discovering Looney Tunes, right? He gave them their first big break. And DJ Nelson is responsible for tons of reggaeton hits by Hector El Father, Don Omar, Daddy Yankee, Michael Emanuel, Las Guanábanas. Like, there are so many reggaeton artists, Niejo y Dálmata. There's so many artists whose careers DJ Nelson's productions have pushed forward. So shout out to you, DJ Nelson. Had I known, it's like the beginning of the show at the Don Omar show was a little rough around the edges, but in the regards to the fact that I didn't really hear them announce who the featured artist that came out on stage was, or the DJ that was, getting the energy up, getting everybody excited for the show. There wasn't really a mention of the DJ. And from where I was sitting, it was pretty good seats, but from where I was sitting, I couldn't really see the face of the person. Like there was no screen showing you who that person was just yet. The screens didn't turn on until Don Omar came on. So it was sick music that the DJ played, and it turns out I believe that it was DJ Nelson that was on stage. Had I known, I probably would have fangirled a little bit crazier than I did. He was playing amazing songs, and for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the songs he played, well, no, I wouldn't say a lot, but a couple of the songs he played, he was partly responsible for. Like he played Hay Algo En Ti by Zion y Lennox, and I believe DJ Nelson has something to do with that song. So yeah, I'm gonna play this little clip, and this is where I found out that DJ Nelson was there. This little short that I heard him play, and I can't play the audio, to be honest, because copyright things, but here we go. Right, so I saw this on DJ Nelson's YouTube, and it says Toronto, Canada. And I'm like, oh shoot, they were here, downtown Toronto. Repping Toronto, and he was just walking around the arena creating content, getting a, nice haircut. Right, so after watching this video, I thought that DJ Nelson was the DJ that was DJing for Don Omar, but it wasn't. It was some other guy, and I think they showed him briefly in this video. But I guess DJ Nelson had a lot to do with the production, or he had something to do, I think, more than just being the opening DJ. He got everybody lit, but I feel like he just rushed off the stage, and then next thing you know, there was just silence again until Don Omar came out. And it was like probably 10 minutes later that Don Omar came, after DJ Nelson got everybody hyped up and stuff. So it's just replaying at this point. Right, so that's how I found out that DJ Nelson, the legendary music producer, artist, developer, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he took the artist Jay Wheeler under his arm and under his wing, and just his career has skyrocketed. Right, so shout out to Jay Wheeler as well. And if I'm not mistaken, DJ Nelson's son, one of his kids, he's a music producer, and he produced Pepas for Farruko. And I think now DJ Nelson's producer's son, forgot his name, he's a Christian artist or a Christian music producer now. So it was an interesting turn of events. Farruko's also a Christian artist now. But yeah, anyways, that's a side story. Let's get back here. So that was pretty cool, about DJ Nelson being there. Shout out to you. So let's get into the clips. Right, so let's get into the actual Don Omar show. I give the show an 8 out of 10. One thing that I can say about the Don Omar show is that I really feel like he could have moved around the stage a little bit more. Like there was a lot of stage, but maybe due to the choreography of the dancers, I don't know, so that he wouldn't collide with them, he didn't move from the square that he remained in. Right, he only really just left that spot when he went for like a outfit change or something. Right, so I mean, I wasn't expecting the guy to be busting a wine or anything. He's 46 years old, I believe. Not saying he's old in any way, but I mean, the boy doesn't look like he's actually in the greatest shape. But still, could have showed a little bit more enthusiasm. He kind of just stood there, MC'd, rocking, and his songs aren't all really just like a hip hop track. Like his songs are danceable songs. So to see him not a little bit more hype than what we saw was a little, the energy just wasn't there from Don Omar. But the sound inside the Coca-Cola Coliseum was incredible. The music itself sounded amazing. I think his song selection was amazing. Some of the songs I could honestly tell you I didn't know, but the songs that I did know, off the Heezy. And one of the songs that made me go absolutely nuts was a song from not his, but from a mixtape album from back in 2002, which I actually own a copy of This is Grayskull 2, right? So in Grayskull 2, it's called No es fácil, it ain't easy, right? So Grayskull 2, I don't know why they called it that. Maybe they're fans of Masters of the Universe, that show or something. Yeah, you know, but this is like a original copy of the album, the CD, you know, so it's pretty sick. I bought it online, and I swear to you, I feel like this is the last copy that existed on the internet. You can check for yourself, look for the album, but as far as I'm concerned, I got the last copy that existed on the internet. Anyways, back to the topic. Don Omar has a track on this album or CD, and this is so far back that the tracks didn't even have names on the CD itself. But I found a song, but I found the video on YouTube, and it's a song from way back then, like the underground days, before Don Omar was Don Omar, like Dale Don Dale Omar. This was before that, right? So check this out. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike because of this song, because I think it's not from a particular major label, but who knows. If it is, if it does get flagged for whatever reason, then I'm gonna have to cut it out. So honestly, this album, absolutely amazing. You can find it on YouTube. If I'm not mistaken, this is kind of like when he was really moving up. And this video, you see Hector y Tito, right, who are legendary reggaeton artists. They're in this as well. And I believe this track was produced by DJ Blast. I believe. I'm not sure. I think so, because they had his like trademark sound at the beginning of the track. And Don Omar performed this at the show. Such a sick song. Yeah, so it's such a sick song, and yeah, he performed that at the show, but he had like a slightly different version of it, and I'm gonna play it for you right now. This is my footage, by the way. Honestly, it was just such an amazing show. It felt like I was reliving my teenage years, you know, just these crazy beats. You know, I never imagined that I would hear these reggaeton beats in an arena one day. Like, it's so sick. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this already if you've gone to Wisin y Yandel, Daddy Yankee, Bad Bunny, J Balvin. I don't think Bad Bunny and J Balvin really count because they're not, like, this was nostalgic, you know. This is one of the pioneers of the genre, folks. Without Don Omar, there wouldn't be a J Balvin. There wouldn't be a Bad Bunny. He's partly responsible, you know, for allowing the genre to get to the point where it's at now. Some of the tracks, I'm not playing anything in any particular order, to be honest. This was the intro to the show. Shout out to you, the homegirl Deepa, who had the footage, some of the footage that I'm playing right now, including this one, because I wanted to enjoy the show, to be honest. And I'm glad that I was people that were willing to record, you know, some of the shows. So thank you to y'all for allowing me to, you know, enjoy my little heart away. This was the intro to the show. Sorry, I can't make the screen bigger. Such a sick intro. I wasn't really a fan of the skull that he had on the stage, but at the end of the day, who am I to say anything? I got a skull right back there, so can't say anything. It has a meaning to him that's probably not sinister, just like mine isn't. You know, so that was that. It was such a sick intro. I'm gonna play another one for you. He actually performed Pobre Diabla, which was really sick to see live or hear live. It was so sick, you know, singing my heart out with all of y'all from Toronto. You see all of that choreography from the dancers. It was really sick what they were doing. The light show was great. The images on the screen were cool, except the all-seeing eye that I saw like at the beginning of the show. It's what's expected, honestly, when you see these artists perform, you know. But you see that space right there where he's at? Like, he spent most of the night right there. But it was sick, you know. You hear the whole crowd singing the song, you know. Oh, man, such a great freaking night. I'm telling you, it was great. If you weren't there, yo, you missed out, honestly. It was such a sick night. I'm going to play something else for y'all. AAYO Live hits different. AAYO Live hits different. And you're about to see why. Once again, it's a vertical shot. Such a sick performance. Can you imagine being able to witness him and Romeo Santos doing this live? It would be so. It would have, like, jeez, Toronto wouldn't be able to handle that. And those tickets would probably be mad expensive. Don Omar and Romeo Santos on the same stage. What else? Sakala was really dope. Really dope witnessing that one live. I'm going to play that just now. There's something in this video that made me laugh. I'll point it out soon. Love that beat. Shout out Tiny. He's pointing. Si es cuestión de morir, he's pointing at the audience there, right? What he's saying in the song is, if it's about somebody dying, they're gonna die first, and he's pointing at that section of the crowd. So I don't think he obviously meant that, yo, those people are gonna die. But I was like, yo, why is homeboy pointing at them? Like, what'd they do to you, bro? But it's kind of weird, you know, like the power of words. You know what I mean? Like, he's literally saying if it's a question of anyone dying, let them die first, and he's pointing at the crowd. So I just found that a little weird. It was funny at the same time. I'm not looking too deep into it, but, you know, it's kind of weird that he's saying those words to the audience. So the next one that I'm going to show you is actually one of my favorite performances of the night. One of the ones that I was actually really waiting for, which was Ronca. It's like Ronca, like, yo, you ready to go? kind of thing, but ronca literally means snore. So I'm guessing like ronca, like you're making a snore sound to challenge your opponent, right? So it's like this is a beef song, by the way. It's like about going out there and dealing with business, bringing your tonka. They call it a tonka, which probably translates to a weapon. I love shows where they have fire. It's so sick. Yeah, that, man, the energy in that song is freaking insane. I never imagined that I would actually be able to hear that live. And I know the backstory to how that song was made. Mario VI, shout out to you telling the story. He's a producer and was also backup singer to Don Omar for quite some time. Like when Don Omar was in his peak, right? Mario VI would even fill in for Don Omar at times. And he told the story of how this song Ronca came to be, you know, like they were all in the studio. Eliel made the beat without the drums, sent the drums over to Rafi Mercenario, and DJ Rafi Mercenario is actually Daddy Yankee's tour DJ for the Legendary tour, right? DJ Rafi Mercenario. Heard his name in a lot of songs too, classic songs. But yeah, so Zion, right, who was featured in the Ronca song, was just walking down the hall in the studio and he heard the track and he's like, yo, can I be on this? And was able to write to it. I don't remember how Hector El Father came to be in the song, but all of this came to be and created an absolute classic track. So shout out to you. This beat right here, it's a very short video, but this beat right here is crazy. It's Repórtense from the song is Repórtense from the album King of Kings. Just the strings. I love the strings of reggaeton back then. This part. Yeah, that hits, those strings, they hit different. They hit different when you hear that live. One of the biggest songs that he performed of the night was the classic Danza Kuduro. What they say about millennials, we don't know what to do with our hands. We always got to throw them up in the air. What they say, all these Gen Z haters. And last but not least, honestly, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I had a feeling that Don Omar was not going to play with my emotions and not just walk off stage without performing bandoleros. I probably would have lost my shit. I probably would have looked for him backstage, made my way back there somehow, and been like, yo, one way or another, somebody's performing bandoleros tonight. But thankfully, there was an encore. He came back out and he did the song. And shout out to my friend Jessica, who actually filmed the performance for me so that I could actually enjoy him performing the song. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for this. And yeah, I'm gonna play that for y'all right now. Such a sick performance. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't say the performance of the song was the greatest, because I get it, you know, you want the audience to sing your song, but he literally did this for every time the chorus came on. It's like, bro, I don't want to hear all of these people singing it off key, including myself. I want to hear you do it, because you're the one who created it. I came here to hear you sing this song. The bars I could have lived without. I could have. Obviously, people are not going to be able to go bar for bar in the audience, but come on, bro. He did this word for word. I saw a little mini interview actually of the guy who did the guitar for this song. So sick. Like he did this every single time. Yeah. Yeah, so this gentleman decided to, make the audience sing the entire song, which is not cool. I actually did not find that cool whatsoever. But hey, whatever. Don Omar can do whatever he wants. He's a legend. I'm happy that I got to see him live, because back in the day, I think I was too young to see him live when he came to the docks in Toronto. Like when Dale Don Dale was like in its peak, right? And his song was in circulation on Z103. And shout out to Z103 in Toronto for always giving a platform to Latin artists, right? That radio station played everything. They played dancehall, they played Euro, they played EDM, they played reggaeton, hip hop, everything. Like it was like the place to go for good music, all around good music. Very eclectic radio station. So shout out to Z103 for always giving a platform to Latin artists from day one when reggaeton was like getting up there. So yeah, shout out to you. This was my review, reaction, and sharing of clips, I guess, of the Don Omar show. I hope you enjoyed this. The show was 8 out of 10 for me, like I said, mainly being because I expected a little bit more, enthusiasm, like, yo, I'm on tour again. I'm in Toronto again. He said he hasn't been here in over 20 years or something, like I expected a little bit more showmanship, but then again, whatever. He's in almost 50. What do I expect, really? What do I expect? But yeah, let me know in the comment box below what your favorite song was if you were at the show. What was your favorite song? What song did he miss that he did not perform that you enjoyed? And, hopefully he comes back to Toronto again and you're able to witness the man in the flesh do his thing on stage. It was an amazing show. He has great... Somebody had told me that he doesn't sound that great. Somebody had told me that he doesn't sound that great live. I beg to differ. He sounds pretty damn good live. So yeah, shout out to you, Don Omar. Thank you so much for coming to Toronto. Thank you, DJ Nelson, and everybody involved in actually bringing Don Omar to town. I believe Barrio had something to do. They played a small role in there. But hey, anything counts. And yeah, thank you to everybody involved for getting him down here. Shout out to the Coca-Cola Coliseum at the X for housing such an amazing show. And by the way, fun fact, my very first concert that I ever went to, was there, and it used to be called the Rico Coliseum. And I went to go see DJ Tiesto there during his Club Life Volume 1 tour. That was my very first show ever. So it's really cool that everything came full circle and I came to see my very first reggaeton arena show at the same place. So yeah, I don't believe in coincidences, but yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Peace.